we've been talking about where we're gonna put everything in our kitchen, and that is a challenging decision. Savannah had a crazy idea to not put the sink centered below the windows and considered putting it somewhere else, and I talked her right out of that, don't worry. She said she saw somebody who did a sink off to the side and she liked it, and she was like, I don't know why we make sinks sort of the centerpiece, and I was like, well, because we're gonna have a pretty sink with a pretty faucet, so worry not, my friend. So I think we're gonna do a fridge over here. There'll be counter, obviously a sink, and then, you know, a counter, and then the stove, oven will go here. And then obviously there's going to be cabinets and shelving and all that kind of stuff. We've been trying to figure that out as well, because obviously it's not a lot of space, and we have a lot of stuff. We're particularly concerned about where to put all of our cans, like our canned foods that we have. So that's going to take some creativity.
The other thing we were trying to figure out what to do that we were concerned with is where to put the broom, because in our kitchen, the way that we have figured out to lay everything out, there's not going to be any kind of like tall storage. We're not going to have a pantry. Are going to try to figure out how to do just a tiny shelf for a broom and mop, probably near the fridge, since that's already tall. It definitely may change, because we have to have our table somewhere, and if it looks weird, we are gonna really not appreciate that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then this one.
Yeah, this one here.
We just met with someone. We have a few trees that need to come down that are either on their way to death or almost dead, and are a little too close to our house. And the only reason we're actually looking into this right now is that we are hoping to get that wood milled to use in our kitchen that we just talked about, and possibly the ceiling. It just kind of depends on how much we get. So we were meeting with someone to get a quote on that. We've actually already got a quote on getting 3 trees cut down, and the amount of money was just a little much. Not as much as if you were in a big city trying to get a tree cut down, but anyway, we're trying to figure out if that is something we want to pay for. It is something we want to pay for. It's a matter of, do we have that money to put towards that? Because while yes, we have a chainsaw, and yes, we have cut 2 trees down in our lives, I really don't think that that's something we could do, is to cut 6 trees down. And a service that they are offering that we are really interested in is to take all the limbs and chip them down into wood chips. And so we would also, out of the tree cutting, be able to have a bunch of wood chips for our garden, which is, we're very interested in that, because we're so far out in the middle of nowhere that you just can't get wood chips dropped off very easily. You literally have to pay someone to do that. So we'd be getting wood for the inside of our house and for the garden, and possibly for garden beds. We definitely are going to try to use those trees as much as possible, every little bit of them, if we do end up taking them down, which I feel like is going to happen one day, whether it's now or in the future. But now we have to figure out where we are going to put all of the outlets in here. We have these boxes, 1 gang boxes for all of our electrical outlets. So we're gonna kind of figure out where we want to put those. Gotta have a conversation about it, gotta have a conversation about everything. And then Casey's gonna go around and install these while I finish installing this door, because as you can see, it does not close all the way, so I need to work on that. We definitely want to have an outlet on either side of the couch, and also not behind the couch, because in our old house there was an outlet behind it, and it was impossible to get things in there without poking into the couch. And then we'll definitely want one on each side over here, right by my bed, and one by Casey's bed. And then our TV is gonna go here, so we're gonna put an outlet up here so that we don't have to drop any cords in the wall, and it'll just be right there. And we'll probably also put one down here for our record player. Then we have to figure out the kitchen. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of outlets in there. No ma'am. Okay, Casey and I both accomplished something. She finished all the outlet boxes and I finished the door. But we have to break because we're going to do a photo shoot at our neighbor's house.
Saw you paint a picture of a face, a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed.
If you follow us on Instagram, you know that one, we are photographers and we have done our share of professional photography, if you will. We mostly did interiors, but we are expanding and are starting to capture people on their homesteads and their farms and anything like that. And so I took some photos of Casey yesterday to kind of show people what we're thinking, and then we're going down to our neighbors today so that we can get some cool pictures of them and their livestock, and hopefully we'll get some good stuff. So that's what we're on our way to do right now.
Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause I've been up till 6 a.m. Wrote 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them I can't bear listening to. But I'd do anything you want me to, 'cause I love you.
What are y'all doing, girls?
This is actually usually our town day, but we decided to postpone it till tomorrow because tomorrow's gonna be raining. And today it's nice and warm, very windy but warm. Because it is going to be raining tomorrow, we have a few things that we need to do outside that have nothing to do with getting our house insulated. One of them does. So we've been having problems with our boot on our wood stove leaking. And so I had to many times try to reseal that, and Casey and I both have kind of gone up there and tried to figure out what the problem is. I think that we fixed it. We poured water on it, nothing's coming through, but the real test will be the severe thunderstorms that are going to be happening tomorrow. And if tomorrow after that there is no leak, we'll feel really good about closing that part of the ceiling up whenever it comes to that. So the other thing that we need to do is we need to install our chicken waterer. So we brought this piece from our house back in Nashville to plug into the rainwater system. It should be a really quick problem to solve, but we want to do it before the rain gets here so that we can start collecting real rainwater. We've been collecting rainwater, but it just goes into like a 5-gallon bucket. But if we can get this set up, we will be able to fill up our whole 55-gallon barrel. So we'll see if that works. Alright, so this is the contraption. It's filthy that we brought with us. We had these little water cups, and it has like a little mechanism in here that when it is no water in it, the water pressure will fill it up until it gets to a certain point. And so there's little cups of water and the chickens will drink out of it, but it would get filthy. You can see, can you see in there? In there, just how filthy they would get. They would like jump on here, and yeah, they're impossible to clean. And also, who wants to do that? Who wants to go out and clean the little chicken cups every now and then? So we got these nipples where they drink. They push this up and water comes out. So we're just gonna switch out these little teas that we have that came with the nipples and put those nipples in there, and then try to rig this up over here somehow. I don't know. Just here, what? Yeah. I feel like they know what this is. Why are they, I mean, or they think you're gonna give them treats. We did not do any kind of like PVC glue or anything, just really pushing them together worked fine. Except one time when it froze. It hurt. Try it out. Yeah, oh yeah. Let me pour some water in there.
We also have a cat waterer. Savannah is going to be rain.
Yeah, this is rainwater we've collected, and I'm gonna show you basically how the system works. One way, be rain. This would be more like a torrential downpour. Oh no. Oh my god. Like, so this is the filter, which obviously looks like it needs to be cleaned out, but it keeps all this kind of big debris out of the water. Oh god, there's a lot of it in there. And then it'll go down into here. I don't know that it's, I think I need to put a little more in there for it to actually go in there. He's decided to try to be a better rain than I was. Okay, so some of it, don't go over that way, some of it is still missing. Like some of it is, okay, literally completely missing together. Alright, okay. We propped up the bottom to make it, see if that would help, and now our hole's not lined up, so now we have some things to work out. Alright guys, let's see if we fix our problem. It's all going in there. Alright, this is going in here. down to the chicken. Now we gotta get that stabilized. This chicken is the most interested in drinking out of there. There she goes.
We have a video kind of about making our chicken coop and painting it. If you notice, let's see, back here needs to be finished. I can't honestly say I think it's ever going to get finished. It's just one of those things where it's such a low priority and you can't see it, and nobody really ever sees this side except for me when I come and get the eggs. And we also need to paint this cat house. It is definitely more glaring because, you know, it just sits right next to this coop. So it's over here and over here, and you know, it's supposed to have a cutout, and it's just hard to prioritize those types of things right now. But it really does bother me specifically that the cat house isn't painted. I don't care as much about the back of the chicken house, but we'll see if we ever accomplish those. Great if a chicken would just walk right up here.
Wait, there's, oh, you're gonna flip it.
Oh,
There's four batteries.
Oh, no,
Did you only
I
bring
think I bring 3?
I see.
Oh no, I
Well-
hope I don't fall.
Well, I feel like you could at least change 3 and it'll be fine. So we came to Walmart because Casey has been seeing on her Facebook groups that people have beginning roses at their Walmarts.
You guys don't know this, but I have a love relationship with roses, but I also, they are very hard to take care of. However, Walmart has them and they're like $9. So what do you got to lose, you know? Do we have a place to plant them?
Well, we have lots of places to plant them, but we just don't, nothing is done yet, you know, so. So maybe we got carried away a little bit. We have,
And some bulbs.
yeah, we got some bulbs. If you haven't followed us for a while, we used to have a very large perennial garden at our old house, and we left everything there. We thought about digging some stuff up, but just decided to not do that. So we have, you know, had grown all this stuff for 6 years. So, and now we're starting over. So that's why we are stocking up, starting small. I mean, this doesn't look small, but we're starting small. Small compared to what we had.
I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me. You do not know what I have in mind. I've packed our bags, we'll be on our way. The night was long as I waited without a sign.
Oh my gosh.
What do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly the chances are small, just like the lottery.
Well, we had our trees cut down today. I think if you have been watching our progress here on the land, you will know that there's this big white oak tree in our backyard behind our soon-to-be home, and we were hoping to be able to save that tree. And it was a very tall, lovely tree, but we did acquire some information about the health of the tree, and basically we just needed to take it down for safety reasons. And there's actually behind it there were 3 more trees in the same condition, and so for safety reasons we decided to go ahead and cut them all down together. But this is not the end for those trees. My hand. It's all rotted out in there. This is a massive tree, and the rot is there at the bottom, which is super dangerous. The people that we had do this cut the tree up into sections, and these are what we are going to have milled, and we will be using that wood in the house. We have a lot of pieces like this that will become firewood in the future for next year. And then all the limbs they chipped up for us, so we have all these wood chips up here, and that is going to be used in our garden. We will use that to create compost and possibly do some pathways. There's not a ton of it there, but we will use all of that to its fullest potential.
Looking at them, it's honestly really sad to just see these massive trees that have probably been here for decades. I tried to get a forestry guy to come out to evaluate, you know, how healthy they were, and I couldn't get a hold of them. All that to say, I had to do research online, and really all signs were pointing to that they really were a danger. If you just leave them to die while standing, even if it would be 10 years from now, you basically, once they die and they're standing up, they become even more hazardous, and then you can't do anything with the wood. So especially the ones that could fall on our house, we thought, well, we might as well cut those down while they're still alive and use the wood. But it's sad. It's sad to see them all laying down, but I am very excited to see them used again in our home, so it's not going to waste, and it will be very useful. They have done their job.
This morning I was looking up at the tree because in the house, when you look out that picture window, it was like basically took up the whole view. Yeah, it was really sad to think that that was coming down. But like Casey said, we have a lot of projects in the future where we're going to use this wood. It has to get milled first, so that's going to be a process on its own. But we will save every last piece of it, and it will live on in that way, and that's exciting, I think.
We do plan on planting some trees to replace them. I'm not quite sure what yet. I need to find out what is gonna, be good for this area. We're definitely doing like a fruit tree orchard thing in a different area, but I would like to plant trees to replace these. We want to find something that we think will thrive and that won't rot out from the bottom. Apparently, like red oaks around here, which is one of the trees that cut down, they get a disease and they all don't do well here.
So definitely stay tuned to see what we do with all of this wood. There's so much of it.
Our next step is figuring out how to get it all in location. When you have someone come with a portable mill, that's called the sawyer, by the way, they actually want you to have it all lined up for them. And I'm not really sure how we're going to do that.
Yeah, because we right now are down a hill, like not a massive hill, but these logs, one of these ones is 18.5 inches in diameter and like 12 feet long. So nobody's over here is pushing that up a hill, that's for sure.